champagne. It's very hip hop. How are you? Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, my name's Robbie, by the way. Come take a seat.
Big fan for a long time.
Thank you. This is the cream of Australia's music press that you see here, and they look like they're
pretty
just
empty.
They're just up, yeah. Well, but these are the ones that made it through, and they look like they're updating their Twitter and Facebook accounts, but they're not. They're actually about to record everything that you say. Now, take a seat. Yeah, because this could take hours. You didn't have a great deal to say in the acceptance speech. Were you really that surprised?
I didn't. I'm in shock still.
Are you?
I'm like literally. I don't drink that shit. But I got backstage and I'm like shaking and I'm like, I need the strongest drink you have, and that was champagne. And I only got halfway through the fucking thing. Yeah, so it was a complete surprise. I had nothing written at all. I don't even know what I really said up there.
You were good. You spoke from the heart.
Yeah, I'm like still pretty overwhelmed.
Why is that? Why didn't you back yourself in terms of?
I think it was a strong category. I think every other person that was nominated put out great albums, and yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
Just give us a little tiny bit of background. You're associated with Obese Records, which have a very long history in Australian hip hop, and when they started off many years ago, the interest in Australian hip hop was then pretty small, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it has grown exponentially since that time. But as far as your attachment to it and your growth within it, when did it start for you, and why? Why were you drawn to it?
Well, I signed with Obese in 2008, and at the time I signed with them because they were all my heroes were on there, or had been on there. Boyce and Esso, Draft, Hilltop Hoods, everybody.
But what about your attraction to hip hop in the first place?
To hip hop in the first place? Well, as a kid, I'd always been good at English and writing, and I enjoyed writing or writing little poems or whatever. And as soon as I realized you could do that with a musical backdrop and you could call it something cooler than poetry, I kind of got with it. And that would have been about 12, and I've been doing it since. Yeah.
So as far as your writing is concerned, what was the process for you in learning how to create songs through, let's use the word poetry because I like it, what did it entail for you?
Well, I guess at the start I was too young to have had my own experiences, so I was listening to gangster rap and American stuff and just mimicking what I saw, which was complete bullshit, and I'm very happy that YouTube and Facebook and none of that existed at the time that I was doing that. But then as I grew up, it's just drawing on experiences, and I think that's why Australian hip hop, for all the industry wanting to fight its relevance, it has become relevant and has become completely legitimate and one of the biggest genres, at least in terms of how much it's selling, because a lot of the youth in this country relate to it, because what we're talking about is things that people experience daily. And that's really what's framed everything that I've released, has been just talking about my life experiences. Yeah, I'd say that's it.
All right, well, any questions? Just ABC.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
There's been a bit of discussion today about the name of your category, given that all the nominees are hip-hop artists.
Yeah.
Ari said they'll consider that. Is that something that you think would be appropriate?
Yeah, of course. It should have been done years ago. There should be a separate soul or R&B category and a hip-hop category. It just makes sense. The artists I think the last 2 years have been all Australian hip-hop. In the last 4 or 5 years have been all Australian hip-hop with the exception of one each year. And when it's like that, I mean, it doesn't make sense. And I don't understand why there's any resistance to it. Like, it is the genre that it is. It should be recognised as such. Yeah.
Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen, for Illy? He's got half a glass of champagne to drink, so we should let him go and do that. But please thank him. Well done. Oh, sorry.
You said you didn't deserve your aria.
Did I say that? Right now?
On stage?
Yeah.
I was wondering who you thought did deserve it.
Everyone else. Yeah.
Okay.
What a modest chap.
That's all right.
No, congratulations. Well done.
Thanks.
It's great.
Appreciate it.
All right.